We're here to reveal your Championship Player of the Season. Pascal, I'm going to come to you first. Obviously, best judge in this category. Who stood out this season?
I think obviously Gray, with the amount of goals he scored, is certainly one of the standout candidates. But for me, I voted for McCormack in this category. I think he's just been so consistent the last few seasons. 66 goals the last 3 seasons, 21 this year, 9 assists as well for a Fulham team who finished 20th in the league. And I think that's just what really impresses me. Fulham, they let themselves down with their defending. They're not very cohesive as a whole team. But McCormack, he always delivers in this league. He's a superstar in this. I'm not sure whether he'd be good enough in the Premier League. That's the real test for players in the Championship. But in the Championship, he is a superb striker, and he was my pick for this one.
Barney, McCormack in there, obviously in a disappointing Fulham team as well. Obviously, there's players towards the top end of the table up there. Who stands out for you in this category?
Well, I'd be really interested to see what McCormack could do in a really good Championship team. But if, for example, he was in Gray's position this season, leading the line for Burnley, how many goals would he get then if he can do that for a Fulham side who have, as Pascal said, been struggling so much? For me, I voted for Gray. I think he won the official award, and the way he's just fired Burnley to the title, I think he's had a fantastic season, coming from Brentford as well earlier in the campaign. A lot of money they spent on him, so there's big pressure on his shoulders to succeed there, and he's just dealt with that so well. I think he's got the tools to succeed in the Premier League as well. It'll be interesting to see, but for a player to go for that sort of money in the Championship, it is a big risk for any club to buy him. So he's certainly paid that off, I think, by firing to the title, and for me, he's my choice.
He's obviously been a key player for Burnley this season. I have to mention Joey Barton as well. I think he's obviously a controversial character. He has been for much of his career, but I think to pick him up on a free transfer is a bit of a no-brainer, wasn't it, for a club of that sort of ilk? And he's come in, and he's not always, he's not always easy to like, is he, in the media and stuff like that? But I think his influence on the Burnley team's obviously been very, very good, hasn't it? I think he won their Player of the Season, which says something above Andre Gray as well. Is there anyone else in there? Pascal mentioned Grant Leadbitter from Middlesbrough.
Yeah, he's very solid in there for Middlesbrough. Been a good player for them, obviously helping them to promotion. Him and Clayton are very solid midfield base there. Alan Judge for me. Really good player for Brentford. I think he might have come third in the official voting for Championship player, and he's superb player for them. 13 goals and 11 assists as well. Double figures in both of those categories is really, really impressive. And it's absolutely devastating for him. He was playing against Ipswich the other week, and I think he broke his leg in that game, and he's now out of the Euros. He might have been one of Ireland's key players at the Euros. Such a big blow for him. Really, really unlucky. And it was some of the other players who got in there. Dale Stevens, I think we had to have a Brighton player in there, and he's probably been Brighton's best player in midfield. Kyle's had a good season for Brighton there as well. Forestieri at Sheffield Wednesday. Wednesday have sort of come out of nowhere this season up into the playoffs, and I think Forestieri's got 15 goals for them. He's been a really, really good signing for them. But I think for me, just what Barney was saying about Gray, I think 2 seasons ago he was playing in non-league football, Andre Gray, and now he's going to be going up to the Premier League, and it just it's echoes of Jamie Vardy, isn't it, coming up very, very quickly through the levels like that, and he'll see what Vardy's done in the Premier League and think, why not me? He's a very athletic player, very, very good finisher, gets in good positions all the time. So why can't he still in the Premier League next season as well?
It's quite an open category, I suppose, compared to the others, isn't it? Should we have a look, Pascal, see who the readers voted for?
Okay, so in third place you got Grant Leadbitter. Second place Joey Barton, and then top, unsurprisingly, Andre Gray, 25 goals. Disappointing not to see McCormack in there, but Gray certainly a deserved winner.
Barney was your pick. Andre Gray up there, first place, 41%. That's quite a big.
It is quite a gap, isn't it? And Joey Barton, as you mentioned, has had such an influence on that Burnley side, and I think you're right in saying it was a bit of a no-brainer to pick him up. Obviously, maybe off the field, there is the question about him. He's not the easiest to deal with at times. But I think on the pitch, you look at his record, certainly in the Championship, he's played there with QPR, got them promoted. He's now done it with Burnley as well. I think if no Premier League teams want to take a gamble on him, it's a no-brainer for most Championship teams like Pascal. I'm pretty surprised to see McCormack not in there, because directly contributed to 30 goals this season. He's for a Fulham side, as we mentioned, has really struggled. So surprised not to see him in there, but yeah, I'm happy to see Gray win it. I think he's a deserved winner.
So it's Burnley taking first and second, but your Championship Player of the Season is Andre Gray.